Hey, hi! This episode's gonna be a little weird. It's not a cruise ship. This time it's about one of my business adventures. As many of our subscribers know, I do speaking concerts for a living. I am a public speaker. So let's go see an $11,000 flight to a 5-star hotel. You wanna go to Mumbai? You wanna go to India? I never thought anybody would ask me that. I didn't think I'd ask you that, but let's go. You gotta take a breath before a trip like this. So I go to the Orlando airport and I go into what is strangely one of the worst Admirals Club in the world. You know, it's weird because Orlando is one of the biggest, busiest airports in the United States of America, and yet one of the, lousiest Admirals Club. But wait, you ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till we get to the other side of the world and then you'll really recognize what a B-ticket ride this is. Here begins the 30-hour flight, 30-hour journey to Mumbai.
We need to ensure that everybody can bring their luggage and property on board and nothing is left behind.
In an effort to make me feel like the Beatles going to visit the Maharishi, there was this lovely display right there at the Miami airport. As I waited, I got into a much better flagship lounge, as you'll see here, and got ready to depart. It's time to start. This is going to be a 13-hour flight, and it's going to be very exciting. Now, this wasn't my first time on Qatar Airlines. I mean, if you have to be on a plane for 13 to 17 hours, this really is the way to do it. Here I am in the larger than usual washroom. It's here. Pajamas, slippers. Time to get some sleep, and thank God for Ambien. I got a good 7 hours sleep. I landed at one of the most glamorous airports I have ever seen, and quite possibly on the face of this earth, in Doha. It is one of the most immaculate airports, if not the most, that you will ever see in your life. And I defy anyone to point out a waste paper basket. And yet you will not find trash or waste anywhere. And here's the more casual side. First of all, there's this, which is just amazing. You can probably tell it's just a little bit different than the American Airlines lounge in Orlando. If any of you have ever had the opportunity to travel to one of these amazing airports overseas, here is where there's more formal dining, where you can sit there and they will serve you. There's a full bar. It's one of the most amazing things. We have nothing like this in the United States, nothing. It's really quite overwhelming. And off my little first class adventure, and it was culture shock. I landed in Mumbai at 2:30 a.m. in the morning, and it was slammed. It took me 90 minutes, even though there were only about 20 people ahead of me in the first class line. By the time I got through customs, it was about 4 a.m. and it wasn't easy to find the driver that was supposed to find me and take me to the Taj Lands End Hotel. This was an amazing hotel room. This is just a whole lot to take in. Oh, looking into my living room. What's out there, yeah. And then I thought, because I got to the hotel room about 4:30, and I thought, gee, will I be able to sleep? And then, and I woke up. It was about 8 hours later. My host, Deepak, who was amazing, called and said he had an adventure ready. My carriage awaited, and I got to see what my host described as the Malibu of India, as I took this tour and got to see this amazing life. This was around 5 p.m. in the afternoon. Everybody was getting off work and milling out and going to the sea for all different kinds of purposes. It was amazing. The traffic, the noise, the life. A lot of times when people saw the carriage, they would go, hey, as if we were celebrities or something. I mean, the warmth and the hospitality was amazing. This is one of those times, suddenly you find yourself having this experience that you never thought you have, and you have to take a breath and take it in. And I was so lucky to have a great guide. And we saw, for example, we saw places where a lot of Bollywood stars stay. What's his name?
Shah Rukh Khan.
Yes.
And he lives over here. And if you see across the road,
Yes.
there are tons of people standing there
Waiting for his autograph.
just to see him. So you see all those guys over here,
Yeah.
just waiting for a photograph. So people over here,
Oh, yeah.
they're just waiting for a glimpse.
We saw the point right here where tucked inside are the Bollywood studios where a vast majority of the films are shot. By this point, I was tired. And so we get back to the hotel, and which is very strangely Christmassy from what I'm anticipating. And so I sit down in the lounge to have a Diet Cola, and all of a sudden, like thunder, here comes bagpipes. This guy would march around, and then they would walk through the bar, and without questions or asking, they would slam on the table these glasses of whiskey that must have had dry ice or something that made them smoke or foam. And I had no idea what any of this was about. And I asked someone, and they just went, "It's custom." At just about any time of the day or night, there was a singer, multiple singers there in the lounge, and they were always singing American songs. Which was strange. It gave it sort of this, there's got to be a morning after Irwin Allen disaster film thing, like there are a lot of celebrities in this foreign movie, and we were all gonna, seek some climax to the disaster film. On the other hand, it was also very comforting. I'm not kidding when I say that the most difficult thing for me as a traveling speaker is the eating part. The minute I leave home, I lose my appetite, and it becomes very, very hard to feed myself. See this pizza here? This is what I ate in totality. In the morning, I would order one of these pizzas, which was about the most bland thing you can have. And then over the course of a 24-hour period, much like a little church mouse, I would eat around until I ate the entire pizza till the next morning, where I would order another one. That's some nuts and a Diet Cola, and that was my sustenance. Not that there wasn't other food offered. In fact, my host Deepak was so gracious, and on 3 different occasions invited me to come do something. And I had to say, okay, you are a wonderful man. And I have to tell you something, I'm a weirdo, and I'm just never going to be in the position where I eat in front of you. I'm gonna be real nervous if I come to your house and not be able to eat anything, so thank you. People tried to feed me constantly. In fact, there was this really, you'll see here, a very high-end, just for the sweet guests, there was this little dining room, and I sat down there. I was completely intimidated, ordered some juice, and left. What an amazing day here in Bandra, India. I found out that the reason it's called Bandar is because in the old days, there was an area where the Brits would come and play their instruments on this area, and they called it sort of the band stage, and it became the Bandar. I actually got to see it. And what an amazing day. What gracious people, what an amazing day. It's the night before my talk, and I'm trying to get my head together. I'm really appreciating the glamorous room, and I know any minute now, those bagpipes are gonna start, and somebody's gonna be dropping whiskey, and I gotta get ready. And then I noticed something. It dawned on me that even though India is only 2% Christian, man, they got a thing for Christmas. Of course, you know, I mean, the Santa-y and snowball magic-y thing, but I mean, they're all in. Now, those of you, I get very nervous before a talk. So that also has a lot to do with my appetite. And at this point, I'm beginning to get nervous. I go down and I see that they are getting ready. I see the construction. I see the set coming together. Bit by bit, putting it together. I see the list of the other speakers who I'm completely intimidated by, and I'm beginning to go, okay, here we go. Gotta get revved up. So proud to be part of this event with these fine people. It's almost showtime. Okay, this is a big day. It's a big day for me.
Oh yeah.
I'm here in India, in Mumbai. This is a huge event for me. This is Deepak, who's been amazing. And what are we here to do today?
So we are here for a business excellence convention which is happening, and this is 30th convention. We get top leaders of the TATA group from across the world, speakers, and we are very happy to have Louie with us.
Whew. Finally, it was my time for the presentation. I took a deep breath. Understand, for a company like yours who makes great things, it becomes very easy to think that those great things are what make us great. It's these moments that are facilitated. They were such a gracious audience. I was so glad that I didn't follow the guy that went after me, who was a national hero, the first Indian to ever circumnavigate the entire globe and loved by the entire nation. But I was put in the right place, and I got to have a really great talk about how service is a superpower. And this company is really amazing. Imagine if the Walt Disney Company also owned buildings and steel companies and hospitals and gave 35% of everything they made to charity. And that's how people felt about this company, this entity. And I was so proud to have been invited to be a part of this coming together of minds to create a new way of delivering service and thinking about service in India and the TATA organization. And it's one of those times when you think, there's just so a lot to be thankful for. I've had this amazing opportunity to learn so much about cultures and businesses all over the world. And at one point, it makes you feel both ignorant and privileged at the same time. Admittedly, this was an unusual episode of John and Louie's Big Adventures, but I wanted to put it in and thank you all for continuing to come along with us, and you've just really embarrassed us with the nice messages lately, and we have a lot of new adventures planned. We're going to go places we've never been before, on ships, in hotels we've never been before, and I just really hope that you continue to come along with us.